And we're live here and record.
Yes. Oh, I'm not in this.
Welcome to the GainzCast. Wow. What a unprecedented moment in history we're living in right now, huh? Last night was crazy. You had everything from Trump looking like he's going to win to Biden making these weird comebacks to the voting polling places were just like, we're good. We're just going to take the night off. Since when? Since when do we stop voting, like stop counting votes? I've been alive a good amount of time. And never in my life was it like, I'm a little bit tired. And I know it's a close election and all, but let's just take the night off. And that was the craziest part of this whole situation, is that they literally took the night off. Now, I think everybody, when they were up, they expected to go to bed. Everybody thought it could go like this and could go to the Supreme Court, which I really think is something that might happen. But I don't think any of us thought it would actually happen. I thought we'd have a winner announced by 10 p.m.
I don't know. With the mail-in voting, I knew it was going to take a little bit longer to get everything going, especially when they said they hadn't started counting the mail-in votes. It's like, why you get a letter, you open it.
I mean, here's one. Shut the fuck up, Marc. Your boy is going to lose. Not my boy. He's who I voted for. But like I said, other than maybe slightly higher federal taxes, our day-to-day, like, dude, we uploaded how many videos this morning? We got to work. Like, it's not going to affect me. Like, you can't, just because I voted for someone doesn't mean I'm angry or I'm like in a very disdainful situation from my life. It doesn't mean that. Like, you got to realize, when we used to vote for someone, like when I voted in, other elections, no one's like, yeah, you lost. It's like, dude, it's a vote. And then it's like if you're on a soccer team and you vote for a team captain and then your choice for team captain loses. It's like everybody's like, oh, your team captain lost. It's like, bro, it's not how it works. At the end of the day, I really just think that this is a good situation. We have a divided populace, but it shows that if you look at demographic shift and everything involved, people are more involved in politics they've ever been. And that's the really awesome part of this. I like the fact that people are involved and realize that the government is meant, no matter who wins, to be at a stalemate. That is why there are checks and balances. So whether Trump wins or Biden wins, at the end of the day, we have a Republican Senate. That's going to do exactly what the Democrat House did to Trump. It's going to pretty much stop him from doing a lot of things. And if people aren't happy with how things are going under Biden, if he wins, then 2022 or 2024 become a referendum. So that's where you have to realize, like, I didn't lose. I won. I'm winning at life no matter what happens. And I've said that all along. None of this ever affected my sleep, never affected my day-to-day, never affected my outlook on life. I voted for who I thought would be the best president. And that doesn't mean that I lost. It means that maybe America won. Maybe I had it wrong. I don't fucking know.
I just want to clarify something. Someone commented on Oregon legalizing drugs. They didn't legalize them. They decriminalized them, which means when you get caught with drugs, it's just a misdemeanor ticket. But still the distribution is illegal. And if you're dealing heroin, you're going to get locked up for a long ass time.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to start with YouTube comments real quick.
Yeah.
All right, cool. LOL, y'all MAGA people mad? We're not MAGA people.
We are far from MAGA.
We're not MAGA. But I will admit, MAGA people are mad as fuck right now. They are mad. So it is what it is. They didn't start counting idiots because GOP didn't want them to go count. Okay. Man, we got a lot of
learn English.
Yeah. Okay, good. Trump's comment was dumb as hell. Okay. How do you feel about the only wall he really fully built is that around the White House? Actually, there's plenty of wall being built around many states, Arizona and Texas and California. But the wall, I was one of the original people to say, I don't really think a wall is something to die on the hill for, because I think there are, I wasn't a big wall guy. So you're not really hurting my feelings with that one. It's so close it is. Michigan might decide it. Michigan looks like the flip, doesn't it?
Yeah, we actually have one right now asking if we still think Michigan can swing.
I think
if it's pretty much Biden at this point.
It depends who you're listening to, right? Like, I can't find a read. You go to MSNBC, you go to CNN. Believe it or not, I think CNN had probably the best coverage last night.
Honestly, I was watching ABC because they had panelists that were both conservative and liberal. And I don't know, that was kind of refreshing to just hear. They were actually having civil conversations about this entire thing.
Instead of just yelling at the other side. And, both suck, but I prefer Biden, though. So sick of Trump's. I can see that. I'm so scared for our future. Now, you worry about what you could control. No president has ever affected my life, ever.
A lot of people don't seem to understand, and I think I said it yesterday. Federal, whoever's the president, 99% of the people aren't going to be affected.
Yes.
Look at your local government. Like, if you really want to make a change, vote local. That's where you'll see the most day-to-day effects on your life.
And I think people did. If you look at the congressional and House races, I think that was more reflective of individual areas than the federal election. That's just my opinion. My bad. I typed quick learn English. Your English was really bad, Grim Saga. But no. Here's the thing, though. I'm an independent. Matt is a Green partner. I'm just kidding. I think we're both pretty independent, right? Like, I'm
I would
independent.
say I'm more. You skew more conservative than I do.
I do. I skew more conservative, probably because I'm older. Like, just look at the demographics. Like, by the time you're old and fucking angry like me, I skew conservative, more fiscally. But I do skew conservative, but I don't consider myself a Republican. Will Trump take Pennsylvania? He's up. Biden would need to win 75% of the remaining uncounted votes to win Pennsylvania.
I don't see that.
CNN said that's an uphill climb. Yeah. But again, I think it's all decided with Michigan. But who the fuck knows?
Do you think Trump still has a chance in Wisconsin and Michigan? Wisconsin, yes. Michigan,
I think he does.
That one's a huge question mark.
I'm going to read this one. Fuck Trump from the UK. Well, fuck Boris Johnson. He's fucking ugly. Fuck you. We beat you in 1776. Seriously.
And 1812, bitch.
Stay out of our fucking elections, bro. You don't see me like Brexit. Like, because we don't give a fuck. We beat you guys fair and square. We beat the fuck out of you with a bunch of farmers with fucking pitchforks. And now you're in here, fuck Trump. Well, fuck Boris Johnson. Look at this. Our president has better hair. How could you live in Joe Biden America if he wins? Agreed to do your freaking, and he's also going to raise your taxes. I'm going to live in America. And also federal taxes get raised. We pay no state tax in Tennessee. So federal taxes will be raised. Yeah, okay, we are going to pay more taxes, but we've paid more taxes before. Like, you got to realize, like, you had, what was it, Lyndon B. Johnson won all but one state in when he won. Reagan won all but one, but 13 delegates, 13 in 1984. We've been through massive swings in the United States. I don't think any of us standing behind the microphones right here are worried about our day-to-day tomorrow. And remember, Trump's still president until January 20th. So a lot can happen between now and then. And also, I don't even fucking know who won. Like, nobody does.
No one's been declared a winner yet.
No one. And it's going to come down to the Supreme Court. It's going to be, like it or not, there's going to be a presidency declared by the Supreme Court. Because of the mail-in ballots and all that. And I'm not saying that because I'm holding out for a Trump victory. Like I said, and I've said this, I made sure to say this so many times before the end of the election, is that I'm going to state my opinions, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to give a fuck. And guess what? Unlike people who didn't vote for Trump, I'm going to pray and cheer on Biden every fucking day, because he will be, if he wins, my president, and I will cheer for him to do the best job he can possibly do, and I will pray for him to make the best moves for the country.
That's something I never understood. You saw a lot of people who were in Trump fans, like, kind of hoping he fucked up, like they were rooting against him instead of supporting him, trying to, like,
I want Biden to be the most successful, greatest president in the history of the United States, period. Because I don't give a fuck if it's blue or red or purple or green. This year, I thought, based on the two candidates, but I also stated for the record about 4,000 times, if Tulsi was running against Trump, I would have voted for Tulsi. There was no real Democrat I liked other than Tulsi. And I would have voted for Tulsi. And I'm not voting by the line. I end up voting mostly conservative because I have conservative values. But that does not make me a Republican. That makes me someone who's pro-life, which if you don't like me for that, that's fine. I don't like you killing babies. And but I'll still shake your hand and fucking break bread with you, you know? And that's the thing. We can have those conversations, you know. And I didn't watch Joe Rogan's. I was just flipping through Twitter, honestly, most of the time because my wife fell asleep. And I didn't want to keep her up with shit that was on. I also didn't want to leave my comfy bed. You have anything on Instagram there? Or is it just stuff?
Just stuff, mainly. We got one saying they called Arizona, but 16% is still left at 74% of the vote in. Biden was up 8.25% with 84% in. He is now only leading by less than 3.5. I think they called AZ too early. Trump could still win.
I think so. I think we saw the same thing with Virginia at first, although that ended up going to Biden, but they called it with less than 1% reporting and Trump up 70 points. It was the craziest night, and it showed I don't think there's bias in the media. I think it's capitalism. And I've said that, and MAGA gets really mad at me. Your viewership of those channels, they're really left. So they're just trying to appease their viewers. Yeah. It's like you give the viewers what they want. Like the viewer wants to see more squat videos. We're going to do more squat videos, right? To get more views, to get more advertising revenue, you know, and that's what they're going to get. Do you think more lockdowns Biden wins? I actually think I go by history, not by what's happening now. Believe it or not. And Biden has a actual documented history of not testing diseases. He had H1N1 when Obama were in office. And with H1N1, they actually stopped testing. They stopped testing and H1N1 went away. If I'm a betting man, and I'm not, but if I'm a betting man, I'm going to bet that they pivot immediately. They say basically masks are the cure-all. So they go, hey, everybody, please wear a mask. And then they just open shit up because they know that if the Democrats or Republicans, whoever wins, opens shit up, that the economy is going to boom and they're going to get the credit for it. And it's going to become the Biden economic rebound. And then it buys them. Remember, they're not fighting for you. They're fighting for another election. So that buys them 4 more years if they get that. So I truly in my heart, based on my best mental skills, which isn't very much, I think that if Biden wins, I think that our lockdowns will actually, I think the lockdowns were used as a weapon against Trump. Like it or not, that's what I see. I see Biden actually easing the lockdowns. Like I said, open schools and all lockdowns, I could really give a fuck who's president. You can raise my taxes a couple points. I'm not going to give a fuck.
What else we got?
Well, we have a lot on YouTube. I'm an OTR trucker. Well, where'd it go? How does it do that?
I don't know.
Why did it do that to me? Where was the trucker guy? Oh, here it is. I'm an OTR trucker. I feel the president could greatly my livelihood. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. What you got to worry about is yourself. You got to hedge your bets. And if your industry is going to be affected by whoever's in office, then you have to make some pivots. You have to do what it takes to provide for your family, to provide for yourself, to provide for your community. You know, that's what it comes down to. It doesn't matter. Like, I always tell people this, like, all we can do is fucking vote. After you cast that ballot, it's fucking over. Like, you're done. There's nothing you could do. You could campaign locally, win hearts and minds. It's a long-term project. But all you can do right now is vote. And whatever happens, you got to fucking live with that. Sitting back and crying that the president is illegitimate, that does nothing for me, does nothing for you. It just makes you look like basically a little bitch. It makes you look like the Lincoln Project. They're fucking weird. You know, like just fucking focus on what you could control in your life. You can't control who wins presidency. You can control your health. You can control how hard you work. You can control the decisions you make. And that is where you will win in life. But as soon as you start thinking that one dude in the fucking White House or one chick in the White House and some old motherfuckers in Senate and Congress control your day-to-day life, is the day that you lost. That's the day that you gave up. And that's the day that you made excuses for your mediocrity. What you need to do is do your best to be the best you and control what you can control. Winners win, losers lose. Period. Start thinking like a fucking winner.
think this is your boy Alex, right?
Yeah.
Listening while I cook a pounded meat and a pound of potatoes. So thanks for the content to keep.
No worries, man. No worries. No worries. Send me pictures of your meat. The thing I like about Alex is one of those guys who's always upbeat. Be like, fuck, my foot got run over by a car. Well, at least I got the left foot. It's like his off foot. Fuck. I'd be like, God damn it, I can't kick anymore. Let's see. So they spent 3 years saying Russia hacked the last election, but this year the same people pushed forward for mail-in ballots. You didn't find that a tad weird?
I think politics are weird in general.
I don't.
There's always going to be sketchy shit on either side. Right?
This was a really sketchy election. I'm not going to lie. Like this one with mail-in ballots and COVID. Like there's a lot of sketchy stuff, but it could be coincidence. I'm not going to stand. Look, I'm going to stand. Whoever wins, I hope they do a fucking great job. I cheered for Obama every fucking day. Unfortunately, he did some right. He did some wrong. But at the end of the day, I'm still fucking here. Trump didn't make me successful. I made me successful. So to think that one guy is going to fucking make you successful or not successful, or a couple extra points in your taxes are going to make you fail or win, that's fucking crazy. And remember, like I said before, you had in the 50s and 60s, you had old blue, old Democrat, like 100% of the fucking electorate. And then in 84, Reagan won.
How do you guys feel about that overnight jump for Biden? So sketchy. I don't know if it's sketchy. The mail-in ballots that they're counting now were predicted to trend towards Biden.
Bro, but he got 100% of the votes. Kanye.
Well, that's well fucked.
I mean, he literally got 101,000 out of 101,000. Like it was.
Yeah, that's sketchy.
It's sketchy as fuck. There's a lot of sketchy shit.
And he's still losing Pennsylvania.
But that's why I'm saying this is going to be decided by the Supreme Court, and that's why Amy Coney Barrett was a very critical decision before the election. That's why they pushed it through. I think everybody expected this except for me. I actually did. I predicted yesterday. I predicted either a Trump landslide or a close Biden win, and I might be right.
Yeah.
Georgia going blue would be crazy.
I don't see that happening.
I don't know. Exactly, bro. People don't understand that local voting is way more important. I agree with you. Spreading misinformation. What was claimed?
I think it's up there. It's a second one.
I'm Hispanic. I could tell you a border wall is needed. I also lived 20 years near the border. Okay. I lived in California. Immigration is an issue that we need to face as a society. I believe that for security reasons. We kind of need to check who's coming in and out, man. Like after 9/11, shit just changed. Pretty sure he's raising taxes on the rich. If I'm not mistaken, most Americans are poor. Most Americans not poor. Most Americans have iPhones.
If you have an iPhone, you're not poor.
America's idea of poor is fucking just ridiculous. Like till you've traveled the world and seen real poverty, we don't even know poverty here. Like we don't know poverty. If Biden would be elected, will you present with some disclosure from the people at the top, from the bottom, secret? I have no idea what the fuck that means.
Where we go?
Quantum.
If Biden would be elected.
Oh, he'll present us with some disclosure.
No.
Did you understand that? I didn't.
Yeah, no, like the government will be more transparent if Biden wins.
No.
Comment
Biden is a legit swamp creature. Like he just is. And but again, I hope he does better. Did you miss the 3-year Russia investigation? If you want to see what the United States will be doing tomorrow, look at what China is doing today. He's got a point.
That's true.
Whoever wins, get ready for the crazy protests. Yeah.
I think if Biden wins, there's not going to be any riots.
No, it's crazy how that happens.
Right.
They're trying to steal it. That's why the blue states called it so fast, and now they want to hold on to the red states so they have a chance to win it. Maybe you might be right based on what I've seen in the counts in other states. Now get ready for 4 recounts. You might be correct.
What do you think Biden win means for law enforcement? Absolute fuck all.
I think it depends on your local jurisdiction and how they treat their cops.
Exactly.
I think Portland is always going to hate cops, and Brentwood, Tennessee is always going to love cops. It depends on where you are. And if I was a cop in one of those areas, I would move. I would transfer somewhere else. And you had Kristi Noem from South Dakota saying, hey, anybody from the NYPD needs a job. We're looking for good cops. So there are plenty of places you can move to. And look, I moved from Illinois to Tennessee. You can move if you don't like your area. Like that's the thing. Like we have federalism. Each state is sovereign. So if there is federalism, you can move to somewhere that fits your ideals more. Again, like I said, moving to Tennessee, Matt got a 6.5% raise because he doesn't pay in the state of New York. When I moved from Illinois, I got like 120% raise, not having to pay in Illinois. So at the end of the day, it's where you are. It's where you live. Your state is more important than the federal government. All right, let me keep reading YouTube.
Yeah, we're getting just comments based off what we said.
All right. Mail-in ballot has been existing this whole time. No absentee ballot has been existing the whole time.
This is the first election with mail-in ballot.
Yeah, flooding in, just sending ballots. Like, dude, we got a fucking ballot from North Carolina. We haven't lived there in fucking 9 years. Just saying. Mail-in ballots are only being pushed because those individuals were worried to come. No, it wasn't COVID. I think it was much more nefarious than COVID. I think they saw this happening. I honestly think this was the plan all along, but that's just a conspiracy theorist inside of me. I think everybody. That's why they were raging. There was something called the what was it? Not the red wave. It was the red something. Where it was basically what's happening right now, where it appears that Donald Trump's winning and then Biden comes from behind, and it was something, the red hoax. And and Trump even sent out an email saying, watch out for this. They're going to fucking do this.
Most of Americans don't have the capital or resources to move. Then save.
I have nothing for you. I can't help you. Like, I can't change the election if Biden wins. I can't change the election if Trump wins. I could just offer you advice. And my advice is, if you don't like your current situation, fucking change it. I can't change it for you. Matt can't change it for you. Your fucking mama can't change it for you unless you're a fucking dependent. You need to get off your fucking ass and start working harder. It is what it is. There's upward mobility. We're still a fucking capitalist country. And it's going to socialism. Okay, why didn't it go to socialism when LBJ won 100% of the electorate? Why didn't it go to fucking socialism when Jimmy Carter won? Why didn't it go to socialism with 8 years of Obama or 8 years of Clinton? Because we have checks and balances. Because we have federalism. That's why. So if you can't afford to move, you need to just fucking work. I can't afford a lot of things. I couldn't afford this house 20 years ago, but I worked my ass off. So just fucking work. That's all I can. I know that sounds harsh and it sounds fucking callous, but I hear a lot of people making fucking excuses. And there's no excuse because you have every opportunity in the world to better yourself. And that might just start with getting in better shape. Healthier people are more productive. That might just start with taking better care of yourself. That might start with maybe putting an extra half hour at work. But it definitely doesn't start with you complaining about who the fuck won the presidency. Crazy. Trump is losing and crying about it. He doesn't understand how the process works. I think, unfortunately, he does understand how the process works. And that's why he's fighting it. I think anybody who sees what's happening in Wisconsin who doesn't at least question it a little bit is completely slanted left.
Yeah.
You have to at least have, there's not one, please tell me there's no Democrats that are like, that looks fine. There's nothing weird about that. Because I'll tell you what, man, I would call Trump in a heartbeat if that shit was happening.
Where can I watch this and ask questions other than IG Live? YouTube.
YouTube Live.
We're live on YouTube right now.
Yep. Last night was crazy. If you follow the news cycle the last 4 years and 4 weeks, they've been conditioning us for this exact outcome for a while. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yet you're fucking right. You're fucking right. Well, the lockdowns won't last forever. There will probably be a vaccine within a year. Vaccine ain't going to do shit. Even the CDC's hedged their bets and said that masks are more effective than vaccines. Biden will open that shit up by January if he wins. It will be open up.
I say by Black Friday. I don't see a Black Friday lockdowns.
I think we need to change the name of Black Friday. I find that to be a very offensive term. Trump said stop voting. No, he didn't say stop voting. He said stop counting the votes that were cast after the election, which I think will hold up in court based on my limited, and I can't, this is a guess, it's very fucking limited knowledge of how that shit works. And that's why I'm not a Supreme Court justice. I'm just not. This is just opinion and we're just dialect. We're like, well, Marc, you're a fucking, I'm like, I'm a fucking CEO bodybuilder. I don't know shit. I don't know shit about fuck. You're not MAGA, but you're mad people say fuck Trump. Why don't you say you like Trump? I like him versus Biden. I think he's done a good job overall. But I'm not MAGA. And I get mad when people say, I'm going to get mad when people say, fuck Biden if he's our president. Because I think the president needs some fucking respect. And that has nothing to do with partisanship. That has to do with decency. That has to be with nationalism. If you truly love this country, you will support whoever is in office. And you will hope they do the best. And if they do bad, you call them out on it. But you don't fucking disrespect them. It's not cool. I didn't like when people did it with Obama, with that racist bullshit. And I didn't like it when people did it with Trump, with the other racist bullshit. It was just bullshit. I don't like bullshit.
Would you think the same if Trump was in Biden's situation?
Absolutely.
Yes, sketchy is as sketchy does.
Absolutely. How many times have you've been here for 2 weeks. How many times have we called out Trump being dumb? Fucking
a lot.
Dude, we do. Like, I'm not afraid to say who I voted for, but I also am not afraid to say that if Biden wasn't his opposition, I'll be totally open to voting for someone else, like a Tulsi, 100%. But at the end of the day, man, I mean, the morals are morals, and calling it down the line is calling it down the line. If Trump had where he got 100,000 votes while the polls were closed, I'd be like, that's fucking weird. Marc, you see both candidates' relationship to science and scientific progress. I think any candidate that denies that there are two genders, and I think any candidate that thinks that lockdowns are the answer is an idiot. I could point to Trump too, because at the beginning, Trump started this with the 2 weeks to slow the spread. Granted, we didn't know shit. He was listening to quote unquote experts, but Trump started these lockdowns if you want to be critical.
Will these videos be on your YouTube? I want to watch them on my TV while working out. They will be on youtube.com/GainzCast.
Yeah, it'll be on the GainzCast channel. So we'll have the final edited version with the audio nice and pretty.
Yeah, that's why the audio that you're listening to probably isn't great, but when you rewatch it, it'll be fantastic.
Here's another one from YouTube. As a Canadian looking in, doesn't matter to me who wins. Realistically, how long do you guys think this could be held up in the Supreme Court? I have no fucking idea how this works.
I don't know.
I don't think it's ever been done. It's never been done during an election, has it?
I haven't lived through it. The closest thing I've ever seen is the whole recount debacle.
That was a fucking disaster, too. Like, people forget about that, too.
Yeah.
And America survived.
Yeah, America was fine.
Absentee ballots have always existed in small numbers, never disagree. They did this precisely to manipulate the election results.
Well, this isn't absentee ballot. This is mail-in ballot.
Different.
It's completely different.
I've done absentee every year up until this year. I've never gone to vote. I've never gone to a voting poll up until this year. I've always done absentee because I used to travel much more extensively. Hey, Marc, I just got some MCS Way, BCAs, and Carb 10. Shit is great. I appreciate the great product. Thank you, Sean. That is way more important than this Trump Biden. Honestly, it is to me. Like, I woke up, like, let me tell you about my night last night. So no sex. No. So I stayed up till about 12:30 watching the election results. And I'm like, fuck this. So I went to bed, and then I woke up at like 4 to pee. And I looked at the election results, and I'm like, yeah, still fuck this. I'm going back to bed. And I saw in my company chat, I'm like, Andy and Chad, my partner and our marketing director, were talking about Black Friday. I didn't look at election shit. I was looking at what the fuck we're doing for Black Friday. I was planning stuff, working on our Amazon FBA. I did that till about 5:15, and then I fell back asleep. Then my alarm went off at 5:30. That was a great 15-minute nap. So this is so secondary in my life, the election results, and it should be in yours. You need to worry about your jobs. You need to worry about your family. You need to worry about your church, if that's your thing. You need to worry about your community. You don't need to worry about Trump v. Biden. And remember, Trump's still in office till January 20th, guys. It's not like on November 5th, we suddenly, oh my God. It's like we have a transition period.
Yeah.
So you Trumpers, don't worry.
No matter who wins, America will be more divided than ever. I disagree.
No, dude, you motherfuckers are too young and you haven't read history. Bush Gore, hanging chads in Florida. It was all decided by Florida, one fucking state, one state. And also America, I'd say division is also unity. I think when Reagan won everything but 13 delegates, I think that was a huge division because it made liberals mad. They were fucking mad. My fear is massive lockdowns, economy going to shit because of it. Trust me. And don't trust me because I know what I'm talking about. I don't think Biden's going to want to come into office and tank the economy. He's going to come in and say he cured COVID. He's going to come with some bullshit excuse. Fauci's going to say we beat it. They're going to stop testing a lot of people. That's my fear. I wouldn't fear that. Remember, the president in office that shut us down was your boy, Donald Trump. And I was critical. Don't for one moment don't even say that I'm biased, because I went so fucking hard on Trump for not fucking going and saying, guys, open this shit up. But he's like, oh no, he was just scapegoating Birx and Fauci. That's all he was doing. Trump was a little bitch when it came to lockdowns. And now that he realizes they whatever reason happened, like whatever happened, wherever, Trump got fucked. Like Trump was weak on the lockdowns. Yeah. If he's the anti-lockdown president, he's the one who started this shit. Yeah, the governors are keeping it going, but like Trump's letting this happen. And then he's like, we don't need to wear masks. And he's like, oh no, I love masks. It's like Trump's been so wishy-washy on the lockdown shit. To think that Biden's going to do a worse job on lockdowns than Trump. Were you here for the first fucking, like that? He's the one who started it. Yeah. The fucking 15 days, the 15 fucking days.
It's like the gateway drug.
We're going to be open by Easter. Shut the And you know what? And if you MAGA can't call him on that, like, Jesus Christ,
Kanye got 1.5 million votes. Those ended up being crucial for whoever wins. No, I mean, maybe if it was in a condensed area of a swing state, but since it's spread over the country, those 1.5 million votes don't mean shit.
That's less, like how many? That's like 100. That's not even 100,000 votes per fucking state.
No, that's a fraction of just New York City, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Detroit.
Trump will win. Keep the faith. Again, like, I voted. I can't do anything else. I'll need faith. I'm not praying. I'm just going to sit here and watch the fucking, get some popcorn and watch what's going on. The whole U.S. election feels like pensioners at a bingo event. Seriously, couldn't find anyone under 70 who could do the job. Agreed. 138K votes for Biden just magically appeared in Michigan overnight. Yep, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
What's the fine if you don't vote? Hell, voting's optional.
Australia. Yeah, no, there's no fine.
Yeah, we're a little bit more free here. Trump should have fired Fauci, acknowledged Q, and go after Hillary. He would have won. I'm not going to argue that. I think Trump tried to be too middle of the road. Who's winning? Nobody. Who? China.
The real winner of this election.
China is kicking fucking ass right now. Holy shit, man! There's a lot going on in these comments here on YouTube, man.
We're getting more on YouTube than IG.
Yeah, I think fuck IG. No, I like this setup. We get it.
We got both.
Yeah. Hello, gentlemen. A friend had this idea about taxes last night. What would really make businesses flourish would be a long-term tax bill so people can plan for the future.
I mean, you just gave the most vague comment ever. So our thoughts, we would need more info, but also
I like
that's
cats.
Not my
I don't know.
You remember the YouTube video back in the day with the little kid? I like turtles.
Oh, yeah. But we're not forgetting Chocolate Rain. Chocolate Rain. Chocolate Rain was the greatest ever. That kid was amazing. Will Trump win this thing? Man, flip a fucking coin at this point. Congrats on the championship. Now, there's another thing way more important than the election. My daughter's team won state championship in the highest division in the state of Tennessee. Amazing, amazing victory in penalty kicks overtime. Freshman year gets a fucking ring. They get a fucking ring. They get a ring. Yeah, it's called the Red Mirage is what they called it, Matt. That's where Trump's winning, but somehow the Democrats come from behind miraculously without any cheating. Lockdowns and Biden wins. I've answered that a few times. I think we should just move on.
Trump declaring victory is so premature. It's ridiculous. I think it's just a tactic on his part.
I actually think
I think it's his whole shock and awe thing where he just says something absolutely ludicrous and then,
I honestly think he might be fucking right. It depends. Unprecedented amount of ballot harvesting that I can tell, I'm guessing, or ballot something. Like something's wrong. I don't know what it is. It's not my strength. I'm not a pollster. I'm not a pundit, but something's really fucking weird in those. All the Democrat swing states had problems counting votes, yet Florida counted the votes in like 12 minutes. Like Florida literally counted triple the votes of any of those states, and they had it done in 14 minutes or some shit like that, right? Like they were like, okay, Florida's close. Okay, Trump won. And Michigan and Wisconsin's like, we need another 17 days. Isn't that weird? Why are the Democrat states? Why are no Republican states asking for another 40 days to count the fucking votes? Like, there's something weird, guys. Like, if you're not seeing this, oh man.
Fuck this election. Them outright bars are fire.
Now we're talking about important issues for the American population.
Actually, let's go to this one real quick. Talking about kids, let's help the kids in cages. You mean the ones that Obama put there?
Yeah, the cages are really.
Or the child trafficking. Which one are we talking about?
I thought we were really over the whole cages claim once it got debunked. But, like, look, dude, you also got to realize why they're there. That's because they need a place to put people when they cross the border illegally. Like, I don't know do you want to give them hotel rooms? I don't really know what the answer is. I don't. But I have no solution.
Yeah.
I have no solution. And Obama built those cages, by the way.
Yeah.
It was an Obama thing. So you're kind of like slamming Obama. And by the way, the Latinos seem to disagree with you because Trump performed very well among Latinos. The only demographic he lost votes from were white males. That's the crazy part. So obviously, racism at play again. Ivanka Trump 2024. No, I'm good. Socialism, I'm sure it'll be happening before the world is over. Well, I mean, these effing Republican idiots. I'm not sure if they're the Socialist Party. Oh, here, I'm a Democrat and that shit is fishy. Thank you, Cortez. Thank you. Somebody with I had a woman, you're not going to believe this.
Also, just that guy calling us Republican. We just look at things objectively.
We're not Republican.
Yeah.
I lean conservative. I do. But I lean conservative based on my principles, not on my votes. Well, my votes tend to lean Republican because they fit my values more, and the Libertarian Party is retarded. Okay.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so I had a female
on
Twitter. I put, look, guys, I'm like, I don't really care because I live in Tennessee where I have no state tax and it fits my ideals. And this woman who's a fucking flaming liberal, and I loved her. I was like, I want to fucking marry you. She goes, this is what's great. She said, California, Oregon too. She's like, states should compete for your citizenship. Basically, like, if you don't like the state you're living in, like, you can be a Republican in America. Just move to a Republican state. Move to Texas. Move to Wyoming. Move to Tennessee. You could you could do the socialist thing. You can move to California. You can move to Oregon. You can move to wherever else. Maine. Is that a fucking Democrat? I guess. Yeah. But basically what I'm saying is,
entire Northeast one.
You guys are forgetting this is a federalist nation. This is not a democracy. We are not in Australia. By the way, back to Australia guy. You can't compare us to Australia because you are a democracy. We are not. We are a republic. We are a republic.
Democratic republic.
Bingo. So a republic is based on a constitution. Democracy is based on fuck it. So a democracy is not what we are. So let's get the fucking structure of the country right first. Trump is the winner. Well, I'm glad you called it. It's over. Let's go. Let's call Trump. Nawaf Al-Amari said the fucking election is over. So Trump wants to take away people's rights to vote by cutting off the mail-in. No. Fascist, you guys overuse that word. Fascism, like, I don't even know if anybody...
You need to look up the word fascism.
It's really not. Antifa, anti-fascist, they're really fascist. It's become the buzzword. That's not fascism. That's just legal. Because what they're doing now, and I would say
the reason he wants to do that is because of what we're seeing now with a lot of
problematic.
A problematic situation with the mail-in ballots where they're not being counted. They're not being counted correctly. And it's a floodgate skewed 100% towards one candidate. Mm-hmm. Now, we would be saying the same thing if it was 100% Trump. We'd be like, okay, that's fucked.
Yeah. Respecting our country, property, elders. I agree with everything, but except Fauci. Fuck him. Why do you prefer Trump over Biden? I'll give you one. I'll pick one reason, or else it'll be a long conversation. No new wars. There you go. Done. No new wars. Like Biden and Obama were just blowing fuckers up with drones. I'm good with no new wars. I'm gonna die on that hill.
That's fair.
What would your reason be? I'm not saying we would, but what would your reason be?
No, I like the no new wars thing.
Oh,
yeah, no, I agree on that one.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm gonna just roll with one. Barron Trump. Barron Trump is 17 feet tall. That kid, he comes out of like after 2 years of Trump in office. Like he went in like this fucking 5'2" fucking kid. He comes walking out with Trump and fucking Melania, and the kid's fucking 8 feet tall. Fucking the white Manute Bull. Like
you know how you were saying yesterday how Trump got younger while he was president?
Yeah.
All of his aging went to Barron.
Barron,
and it was just puberty.
I mean, Jesus Christ, that kid is not a kid anymore. Marc, gorgeous house. Have to ask you though, why it's so high up? Because it's on a hill. because of nature. Oh man, that hurt my belly a lot. Will you ever release the peanut butter raisin outright bar again? We literally have it in stock right now.
So you're gonna say that?
It's literally in stock right now. We've never been out.
That's one of the OGs. It's not going.
He can't control states. We saw that with the lockdowns. The governors of the state, that's who you need to worry about.
Yeah.
That's who you need to worry about. Look at North Carolina. Like,
look at New York.
Yeah. They kill old people and Jews.
So
if he didn't shut down, he would have been destroyed. Trump was in a lose-lose. He wasn't weak. Not Corey. Trump was weak. Trump appears to be losing right now, even though he shut down. He should have stuck to. As a leader, you make tough decisions. Trump made the wrong fucking decision to lock down. Period. You're not going to spin any other way to me. We didn't know much, but we did know this. You can't just press pause on a multi-trillion-dollar economy. That's stupid. And what's the fucking virus going to do? Like, oh, they're not here. We're going to go back to China. Like, what the fuck who expected that to work? Like, Trump was a weak leader in that moment. Weak. I say let's see. I'm going for, holy shit, there's a lot going on.
Drone strikes increased almost 500% under Trump and vetoed legislation to end the war in Yemen, though.
We have no new wars. We pulled troops out, and we literally defeated ISIS. It's no question who the better non-war president is. Yes, but governors are responsible for their states, but Trump started the 15 days to slow the spread. He opened that Pandora's box. You're just on Team MAGA, and you refuse to admit it. I'm tired of the fake news. I think we all are. That's why we're here to be even more fake. States are independent countries. Stop blaming Trump. Blame our governors. Oh, I'm blaming them. Absolutely. But it came federal on down. From Fauci, from Birx. Trump was their boss. Trump could have fired all of them. If Trump loses, you think he will rerun in 2024? No.
Admission of guilt from those in power would drastically improve trust in politicians. It would, but it'll never happen.
No, that's not going to happen. They're going to be like that Shaggy song, but I caught you on the counter. It wasn't me. Saw me banging on the sofa. It wasn't me.
Nice virus. Are you talking about my cough? Because I had COVID back in March, and I survived pretty fucking well.
Yeah, you did. Fuck. The governors need to be held accountable for their actions. Cuomo, Murphy, Newsom, sending COVID positive patients. Oh, yep. We're with you. He's got to win because he has so many haters. When so many people are against God, God is with you. Okay. I don't even have a counter to that. Like, I'm not gonna. That's just arguing the existence of God. And I think if we really know nothing about polling, we know jack shit about theology. Actually, we are. We are God's people. We can wing it, but nah, I really don't think. I don't think praying is going to do much right now for the election. I think better math.
Better math, more confident people counting the
and
votes.
Not fucking it's 2:00, time to clock out. Like, dude, Nevada's like, yeah, we'll have the results. We're going to take off till Thursday. They literally said that.
Isn't Vegas open 24/7? Counting money?
Isn't it the fucking city that never?
So hold up, no, that's New York.
Fuck. Well, New York didn't even have count.
No.
Jesus, yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on theocrine? It's good, but it takes too long to act, and that's why we took it out of our formulas. It takes like 4 hours to hit. Trump is.
It also tastes really bad.
Oh, it tastes fucking bad. It's so bad. Yeah, it was hard to flavor over that. Trump is smart when you declare victory. It's yours. God is with that man and everything he does. I'm all for faith, but I really don't think God's involved in this election right now. I think it's people counting ballots. Like I don't see divine intervention happening. Like I think God's got other shit going on right now. Apparently they can count the early votes in Florida early. Well, at least they can count. I think Florida had something to prove after the fucking hanging chads.
I think Florida has a lot to prove because they're a fucking walking meme with the whole Florida man situation.
Yeah, you're right. Do you want to explain to people what that is?
That man got eaten by a crocodile. Yeah, but we can count though.
My mattress has more memory than Joe Biden. Oh, quantum vortex in the house. Welcome to communist America. Not quite. Again, like remember, we've had Democrat and really socialist. We had a communist party in Congress in the 70s. Like you got to read history. If you read history, you're going to be less scared.
If the House or the Senate skews Republican or is Republican majority, there's zero chance of us ever going socialist.
The Senate is Republican.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Philly,
we're good. We're fine.
So
is the Supreme Court. We're good.
What you need to work on, and those are the checks and balances. 4, right? You got. Well, I mean, you can say let's say 4. We're going to go with 4. There's 4 people that really fuck with each other, right? You got the executive, you got Senate and Congress. I'm going to put them separate right here, and then you got the legislative. You got the Supreme Court.
Senate and House.
Senate and Congress, Senate and House. What I fucking say?
You said Senate and Congress.
Senate and House. Okay, so you got fucking 4. You get those 4 things. 2 of 4 are still conservative, with the Supreme Court being the ultimate say. Don't worry, unless he packs the courts. I don't even know how that works. That's beyond my knowledge. I'll get on that later. Philly would not let Republican workers at many locations. I don't get how the GOP wasn't prepared for this. Me neither. Not political related, but want to say those spudding pulleys are a game changer. Enter the home gym needs to get one. Yeah, dude. So the ones I have, the pull down, the tricep push down. That's fucking awesome.
That's great.
3 hots in a cot is the best we can do. Absolutely. If you're conservative in values and morals, your votes will be Republicans most likely. You're right, Corey. Yeah. I can't wait for Donald Trump to get elected and scream my lungs out. Well, I honestly, for your own good, I hope. I've had people. I had a message on Instagram from someone who hates Trump because it broke up their family, and I'm like, look, I'm really sorry this happened, but if you literally let a president break up your family has much more problems than who the fuck is president.
Yeah. Like,
that's a problem. And I'm like, there's no need to argue with you. But, like, what are you going to do? It's crazy. How will Tennessee be affected by Biden? Just federal taxes, really. States are independent countries. You're absolutely correct, Corey. All Democrats turn into Republicans this election?
No.
No.
I'll answer that one.
No, that's not going to happen. You notice we're pretty tribal. So I think we should cut it now. We'll be doing lives pretty much almost every day. We appreciate you guys watching. A lot of cool content for this entire video being edited. Go to youtube.com/GainzCast, youtube.com/GainzCast, GainzCast. And that's another thing. If Biden gets another stimulus check, every company that stayed in business after lockdowns is going to get paid.
Yeah.
Business is going to increase incrementally.
Yeah. For
a lot of businesses. So, Black Friday deals on Tiger Fitness. They're going to be fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. Look, guys, we're here to be optimistic, give independent opinions, but they're just opinions. We're not claiming like Ann Coulter or like any of these pundits to know what the fuck we're talking about. We're just 2 hardworking individuals who come from different backgrounds, who are at different stages of their lives, who happen to work together to bring you guys all you need. Now, where you're normally not going to be this politically based. It's going to be a lot of games, but we just had a fucking historical election.
Yeah. With
historical amount of fuckery going on. And there's no way we're not addressing this, because if we did come on here and say, hey, guys, let's talk about squats, everybody would be like, so what do you think about the election? So we're just giving you guys what we think you guys want. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Again, go to the GainzCast, subscribe to us, and, of course, buy a ton of outright bars because we have bills to pay. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Marc Lobliner alongside Matt Morano. See you next time.